Hello. Welcome back to Meadow Grove Farm, where today I'm doing a bit of mowing. I'm gonna mow fields 40 and 41. I know I did some mowing fairly recently on this map, but I'd like to get more hay together. I think the 4 bales that we have, it'll do for a while. I'm not gonna pretend like it's not, but I'd like to get more than that together, and I've hit a tree. Nathan, if you're watching, I'm not using the newest version of the map because I forgot to download it. I was going to just before I started recording, but the Dropbox link had expired. So I want to apologize, by the way, for not streaming yesterday or Sunday and not having a video for you guys yesterday. It wasn't because of what happened Saturday with the horrific mess that was that attempt at a stream. It was just, I was tired, I was super tired on Sunday, and I spent most of the day falling asleep. Well, trying to stay awake. So, I decided it was better to not record while I was, like, half asleep. And not stream while I was half asleep, and to just kind of keep myself occupied so that I could get to bed at a reasonable time, get up at a reasonable time, and record. It's currently 2:30, well 2:25, you can see that in the top right. And I'm fully awake. I've had my breakfast, had my coffee. I'm probably going to get a cup of tea for yesterday's stream, and I'm going to record a few videos first. So the next few videos will probably all be kind of recorded in quick succession, and sorted from there, I guess. Because I like being ahead, and I don't like the way that I've been doing things lately. I've been really pushing myself hard to get everything done the night before, and it's resulted in videos that I haven't been happy with. So, I was going to say something and I completely forgot. Oh yeah, I spent yesterday, Sunday, playing Factorio. I got it for myself and decided it'd be a bit of fun to play it. I was right. I've been watching a few Factorio streams lately. From by Soviet Womble and ZF Moogle over on Twitch, or is it the Darth Moogle his name is? I know him from ZF, Soviet Womble's old Arma / DayZ clan, Moogle, and they've been playing Factorio, and it looks really fun, and it is really fun, but it's also really annoying because as I've discovered, it is just kind of efficiency the game, and nothing I do is ever efficient. So I spent a few hours on that last night, and I'm starting to figure out the gameplay a bit. The next step is going to be tearing everything I've done down and putting it back together in a much better fashion, which is definitely going to be interesting. Because the way I've done things, the way my factory currently is in that game is absolute mayhem. Also, just for funsies, would you guys like to see a series of videos on Factorio as kind of extra videos on, like, Saturdays and Sundays? Now, they will be a bit kind of different from the Farm Sim, obviously, because it's a different game, but I'm also going to try and do them differently in that, like, if I'm sat kind of waiting for something to happen, I'll just skip it, skip the time and edit the video and do time lapses and stuff. Would you guys like to see that? Or because I want to have more than just Farm Sim on the channel. And while ProMods has updated recently to 2.28, I think it is now, I haven't downloaded it yet. I don't. After the way your truck went the last couple of times, I'm not entirely sure if I want to bring it back for a little while. So what I might do instead is I might do some Factorio videos on Saturdays and Sundays, but they'll be kind of freeform days where I record what I want for them, because I sometimes feel a bit pressured into doing farm sim all the time, which is why you don't get videos on the weekends. Another thing I'm doing obviously is putting the stream archives up for you guys, especially Sandy Bay. You might notice Saturdays didn't go up because that was just, yeah. You might also notice that yesterday's stream was numbered the same as Saturday's and had the same thumbnail and probably the same title. Because yesterday's stream was a do-over, and fingers crossed it happened well, because I haven't streamed yet, but when I have a bad stream like I did on Saturday, I'll just do a do-over the next day or the next day that I'm streaming. I've done it once. I've done it before where I've had internet issues and just did a do-over the next day. Every time that happens, I'm just gonna do a do-over the next day, so the series as a whole doesn't have like a missing day here and there where the stream was just a disaster and I basically rage quit to do something more fun. While I enjoy streaming, those days are not fun. But like I said, the plan for today's video, I say 6 minutes in, 7 minutes in, is to get these two fields mowed up and maybe tedded. I'm not gonna be overly fussed if they're not fully tedded by the end of the video. I can finish it off camera. Off camera, well, just before I recorded, I put away the load all. It's kind of reversed up to a fence in the yard. I also picked up the bales from field 31, so that's all that sorted. You can, if those of you with good eyesight can see that there's still a yellow dot down in field 31 that I think is the baler and maybe the tractor as well that I just abandoned down there. Seeing as I'm doing hay right now, I don't feel too bad about doing that. I know that I'm just mowing grass, but this is going to be hay. I don't feel too bad about doing that because I do want to get more hay together, just so that I'm 100% sure that I've got enough hay bales. I'm sure there are some somewhere on the map, but I don't want to spend an hour looking around trying to find them when it's easier to spend an hour, you know, working on bales. And I do need to also give the cows grass, which I have decided I'm going to use an old trick out of the Farm Sim box of tricks, what I have in my brain box mind. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Profi hopper because it makes life that bit easier to just use a Profi hopper, gather up. You know, it does take longer than using a forage wagon or having just this massive grass stockpile, but it's easier to just get the grass as when I need it with a small vehicle, small piece of equipment that's relatively cheap, that I can just drive around and get the grass together almost immediately. Now, I'm not going to do that today. I might do it later this week. But I'm kind of holding off on that because it is going to be a bit too close if I do it this week to me doing this now. And I know that I think it was last week, the week before, I did some mowing as well, so I am fully aware that I am already repeating episodes in this on this map. But this is work that needs to be done to keep the cows happy, so I'm not... I'll be honest, I'm not the kind of guy who plays a map for Farm Sim to get different videos every single time. I try to, but if something needs to be done, I'm probably going to do it as soon as I can. And I feel like the cows need more than 4 spare hay bales. Like, if I can get it up to about 10, which I should do out of these 2 fields, then that's going to be great. Also, this gives me an opportunity to use the Grassland Harrow that was released on Giant's Mod Hub during the week, or during last week. Which is kind of a secondary reason that I'm mowing this grass. Is I want to give that a go, and I feel like mowing the grass is probably the best way to do it. Now I could also use the roller by Farm and Ian, which pretty much gives you like instant full fertilization, which is awesome. That will go on Cobra. I will be getting that on Cobra and using that on the meadows over there. Don't worry, that's now suddenly part of the plan, because it makes a lot more sense to have a roller in a quote-unquote realistic series, or a series that's trying to be as realistic as it can be. I've decided not to drop Cobra for the time being. I'm gonna kind of hold on that map for a little bit longer, probably until I've harvested, and just kind of see where things go from there. I do have plans to replace it. But I don't know when those plans will kind of kick into motion. I do like, though, how this moor sounds. It sounds like an old moor. I'm sure they're real sounds off the... you know, I'm 100% sure this thing has real sounds on it from a moor of this sort, because it just... it sounds old. The high-pitched whine that it gives off. I kind of wish Giants went into a bit more detail with the sounds of their vehicles. Like, I know they've got the air compressor sounds now, and the air brake sounds and whatnot, but it would be really nice if they kind of had awkward clunks and rattles that kind of came in as you use them over time. Like, Giants might not ever be allowed to put in old equipment. I'd love to see them putting in some sort of used equipment shop, so that you can get tractors with, you know, 200, 300, 400 hours on them into the game, and they'd have like an oldish sound to them. They'd clunk, they'd rattle, they'd have the odd bang, and, you know, if reliability came into the game, or you had to maintain your equipment, maybe they weren't as well maintained, so they'd lost horsepower or something like that. And it's a big ask, though. I'm not going to pretend like that'd be the easiest thing in the world to put in. I'm not going to do an outer round because of the trees, basically. Also, I was having issues with some shaders doing a bit of a wonk, so I zipped around the map just before I started recording, which is why I had chicken speed on. So, into field 40 we go. As field 41 is beautifully mowed up and ready to be tedded. Yes, I know I need to unfold them more. I was doing that. It was just taking an age game. There we go. So, you might be wondering why I'm... well, I've already said why I'm doing hay again. I don't know why I was gonna... but you might be wondering why I feel like I need more hay when I've only got, you know, a few cows. And the reason is, basically, they're gonna run through that pretty quickly. You know, I've only got 10 cows. I'd like to get some more than 10 just to get the milk money in and get manure and slurry produced a bit faster. Field 39 still has a wonky thingy. Oh yeah, this is the same version of the map as last time. So yes, of course, field 39 still has wonky field defs. So a fun little thing is this field never actually grew back. So this is back to never having been mowed. Because when I did have it mowed and done into hay and baled up, That was when Nathan sent over the new version of the map to me, which is the one I'm on now, and I had to do a GDM swap, which basically resets all the fields. Also, that weird field that I saw that had like the cultivator outline on it, that doesn't actually exist. Like, I know I've got a screenshot of it, and I know that it exists in my game, but Nathan went onto his game and it didn't exist, and he opened up the map in G and it didn't exist, so I'm thinking it's just a relic from the GDM swap. Something went a bit wrong, and you know, that happens sometimes, where you do a swap of a major file and it doesn't quite go perfectly. And sometimes there's weird little artifacts like that field, so that's one of those times where things just kind of go a bit wonky because you've done something wonky, and I'm going to take the blame for that myself. Probably shouldn't be reversing with the mower down like this, but it'll do. I am planning, by the way, on in the next week or so starting a second map for videos. Like, I know Meadow Grove has been the only map that I've been doing for the last week or so. I do want to get 2 maps for videos, one of which that I can stream occasionally. This one's going to be videos only, and any work that I do outside of the videos will just be completely off camera. Probably using cheaty equipment because time saving, yo. And I didn't feel like you needed to see me picking up the bales because I was just using the auto load trailer. Out of field 31 there, so it would have been thoroughly pointless to show you guys me driving around the field for all of 20 seconds, just having the bales magically hop onto it. Plan for this week, by the way, is we'll be doing Meadowgrove all week. Basically because I don't have another map set up and ready. I do want to get onto another map soon. I've got a few maps that I'll have a look at in terms of moving onto with newer equipment. It won't all be classics. I'll probably have like 1 or 2 bits of old equipment, but it'll be primarily newer stuff. Because while it's fun for me using all this old stuff, it's maybe not the most fun to watch. Because it's basically me using the same equipment in different places. So what I'll do is I'll get a map set up so that I can use newer, bigger machinery, including potentially the Big M. And it's just going to be a case of locating the correct map. There we go. I enjoy how wonky hay makes everything in Farm Sim. So we're not going to do the full circle mode that we did last time here. We're going to instead just go up one side, down the other. So we got, what, 4 headlands in now. Unfortunately, this mower is... Oh, I want to say this mower isn't as wide as I'd like it to be. Maybe it's a bit wider than I'd like. I don't know. I'm kind of in 2 minds about this mower, and I'm just making a mess now. Dave, why you make mess, Dave? Why are you so bad at this game, Dave? How do you have like 8,000 subscribers? How do I have like 8,000 subscribers? Questions I ask myself that I'll never know the answer to. How do people enjoy watching me? I'm terrible at this game. Somebody commented last week that when I did the video where I was using mouse and keyboard, because there was something about laziness, or it was because I had sore legs from last Wednesday. Somebody commented that I'm a terrible driver, and to that person I'd say, congratulations, you have eyes. I am a terrible driver. And I'm a terrible driver because I don't pay much attention to the game while I'm driving, I'll be quite honest. It's quite difficult to think about things to talk about, try and remember things I'm not supposed to talk about, keep things interesting, and kind of plan ahead all at once while driving and playing the game and keeping it interesting. So the driving suffers as a result. And as a result, the driving makes things interesting because I keep flipping things and crashing into things and tipping vehicles over. Which, you know, it used to be the case that I get annoyed by that, and sometimes I still do, but it's just kind of funny to see how the game walks out when I do something stupid. So it looks like we'll get the tether into the field, which is awesome. We are kind of running low on time, and I don't want to have the next video be tedding. So the next video is probably going to be like somewhere else on the map entirely with, I'm gonna go wild guess. I'm probably going to be harvesting next video, or maybe I might cultivate field. Yeah, cultivate field 31 next time and get that kind of ready, and then we'll harvest one of the kind of boundary fields after that, because there are a few fields dotted around that I haven't harvested yet, like 81, 82, 73, 74, 67, and I don't know what state they're in and what crop they're in, so it could get interesting. But let's turn the mower off, fold it up. We'll get the tether into the field right now. Fold it up. I told you to fold, fold. Thank you. And comically, we're gonna have to unfold it to get it off the 3-point. Something that's always annoyed me about Farm Sim. You gotta fold the mower to transport. You gotta unfold the mower to take it off the 3-point. Well, why? I know that's how it works in reality, but could you not like magically unfold it when you take it off the 3-point in game? Like, would that be so much to ask? Have I? Yep. I got stuck in two minds there, and I've made my decision now which way I want to reverse in, or where I want to put the mower, because I want to try and make a bit more space in this shed compared to what I had, so the mower can sit over here like this-ish. I do have no collision camera on, which is why you'll suddenly just see the camera flinging itself off through a shed occasionally. So we're going to keep using the Massey, just because. I don't know why I didn't turn there, I should have. We're going to keep using the Massey just because, and, well, because we're already in it and it's already on, I guess. Good enough reason for me. It's off to Ted with the Vicon. Didn't actually hit anything that time. I'm kind of surprised. Now for the most awkward bloody turn on the map where I don't think there's a way to turn in there without reversing from the road. Because I know you can just go out the bottom end exit of the yard and swing out wide. But from the road there, coming up from the double gate exits the yard. Also, something that has been noticed is that the gate locks inexplicably have collisions on them when the gates don't. That's something that Nathan is aware of. That you might notice occasionally when I'm like closing a gate behind me is the gate locks act a bit wonky. So, what my plan is for today, for me, in real life, is I'm going to be recording probably up until about 3:30, so I'll get another video done, maybe one after that. Then I'm going to get a sandwich made up and a cup of tea, have those, and then I'll stream hopefully at about 4 o'clock for me. Possibly closer to 4:30, 5 o'clock. I don't... because I know people are going to ask me during the stream and I have no idea. I need to ask him yet. I have no idea if Simulate streamed on Monday. At the time of recording, I have no idea if he will. So I need to shoot him a message on probably Facebook, just seeing what his plan is, because that'll decide what my plan is. And it'll make life a bit easier for me if he isn't. As much as people enjoy watching Sim streams, it's a lot easier on me if I don't have to work around a timetable from him. Best case scenario, you can go live at 7. Or he wants to go live at 7, because Mr. Dandy Kid is currently AFK in Canada. I believe he's AFK today, for me. I don't know why I'm telling you this. This is going out on Tuesday. I don't know if he's planning on streaming today. Maybe. I think his plan is like maybe today, definitely tomorrow he'll be streaming. But with him being over in Canada, it kind of... obviously things are going to happen where he's AFK for a day without much warning, so he will just randomly not stream some days, and he'll randomly stream others, and generally speaking he will not be streaming on weekends for the foreseeable future. Because he doesn't... he likes spending time AFK on weekends in Canada. For obvious reasons. Can I swing back around? I'm gonna make a mess here. How bad is this that gone? Not as bad as it could have, but not as bad as I thought. I could have gone a lot worse, and I'm really glad that it didn't. But that is pretty much all that we have time for today. I'm going to continue heading just until I get this field done off camera. The 3-point doesn't raise enough, and the tether's on the ground still. I'm going to continue heading off camera. Just until I get this field done. I will leave field. I'll leave 4:40 to do off camera later tonight or tomorrow at some point. But I'll leave you guys by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Meadow Grove Farm. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Nathan is pushing very hard to get this map uploaded to FSUK or wherever he wants to upload it. I'm not gonna... I know I said FSUK, it might not necessarily be FSUK, but he's pushing hard to get it uploaded and to you guys as quickly as he can. The people that he is testing it, we're all being told, they ask daily, is there anything new because I want to upload? Is there anything new because I want to upload? Is there anything new because I want to upload? And that's not me taking a pot shot at Nathan, that's how a map maker should be reacting when they've got a map this good and it's not available currently and it's in testing. So Nathan does give a damn. Nathan is pushing himself very hard to get the map finished, and any bugs that are found squashed immediately. He's pushing the testers that he's got very hard as well to find bugs so that he can squash them. Just in case people thought, you know, testing isn't a big part of mapping, I'll just make the map and test it myself. No, you need people to look at it because you will miss things. The more eyes you've got on a map, the better, and the more knowledgeable those eyes are, the better as well. Just don't ask YouTubers to test maps for you, please. Yeah, I'm actually. I know that I said I'd go a minute ago, but I want to go off on a tiny little tangent. Because a lot of people think that, you know, me and Landy and Simulate and Daggerwin, whoever else, insert YouTuber here, we play Farm Sim a lot. No, we do not. We play Farm Sim as little as we possibly can for the most part. If we're testing a map, it's literally, do I like this map? Yes or no. Now we will make exceptions and from time to time, where sometimes I will go into a map and try to break it. That's very rare when there's a map that I think has problems, but I'm not sure, and I want to help the map maker out. But don't ask YouTubers to test your maps for you, and definitely don't rely on them. Alright, don't rely on us, because we don't want to play the game as much as we possibly can. As strange as it sounds for people who make money off the game, we don't want... We want to keep things fresh for ourselves, and spamming the game constantly off camera, not a good way to keep things fresh. For us, and we get bored and we sound bored, and I've gone through what happens when we sound bored, and it doesn't end well. But that is going to be it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.